let's roll the Columbia Open once again, and let's go down to Frank Strait in Columbia, South Carolina, as a look at what the impacts are going to be in South Carolina for this big winter storm, Frank.
Yeah, well, I saw we had a comment a few minutes ago from Helene in Swansea, South Carolina. Wants to know how things are going to shake out down here. Well, Helene, you're a neighbor of mine. You live within 3 miles of me if you're in Swansea. I'm close to Gaston, so we're right next door to each other. As for what's going to happen, no.
All right, well, that's the show. Thanks for joining us.
Right. No, to be more realistic here, the models have really jumped around some over the last couple of days and have trended warmer, which is probably a good thing because it looked like we had the potential for a pretty seriously damaging ice storm in the Midlands of South Carolina, the Central Savannah River area, northern PD region. Thanks to the warmer trend in the model, it looks like that's going to happen. It's going to be somewhere north of here, and instead we end up maybe with some sleet for a little while. Then it goes over to freezing rain, and probably to just plain rain as it warms up on Saturday or Sunday rather, if you believe the models. Potential still there for some ice buildup along I-20, and it certainly isn't over yet with the new and better data going into the models, thanks to the hurricane hunters flying off the California coast through that storm that will be affecting us this weekend. Maybe things change again and it ends up turning colder, but or the forecast turns colder again. But I don't think that's likely at this point. The models are. It's not just the Euro. The Canadians doing it, UK Met's doing it. Maybe some other models are doing it too. They're really flooding the zone across the coastal plain and adjacent areas in the Carolinas with warm air, especially in South Carolina. So right now, the GFS still looks pretty cold and could still would still indicate a good bit of ice accumulating in the Midlands of South Carolina. But I'm not inclined to believe it's a 2014 like event anymore. If something like that's going to happen, it would be north of here. So right now I'm thinking for the Columbia area, we see precipitation getting underway late Saturday. Likely is some sleet. Maybe there's a few little snowflakes mixed in for the first 15 minutes or so, but don't get excited. It probably won't snow at all, and if it did, it wouldn't last very long. Then we get sleet for a while, eventually goes over to freezing rain Saturday night. Maybe there's enough sleet to cover the ground, probably not, but maybe. And then we get some ice buildup into Saturday, or rather Sunday morning, and then temperatures probably end up warming up above freezing. Then behind the storm, it gets colder again. The storm goes into Sunday night. Maybe it drops below freezing again Sunday night. Maybe we actually see a few wet snowflakes at the end of this thing. Some of the models are kind of hinting at that as colder air rushes in behind our departing storm. But I wouldn't get excited about that either. And then we're real cold Monday into Tuesday, possibly even down in the teens Tuesday morning in this part of the country. After that, well, we have other weather systems affecting us potentially around the middle of next week and late next week. I'll make some more comments on that in a few minutes.
I was like, don't get me started about
when we get to the too many tabs section. I'll talk about that.
Oh, we're doing that? Okay. All right.
Yeah, I'm going to make you do too many tabs.
Oh, man. Well, I do have a tab that I'm going to show on the screen right now because I think it helps speak to what you were talking about. And this is one of the 3 scenarios that Brad Panovich put on X earlier. It's the track number 3, and it shows that snow, ice mix, rain, and it kind of brings the rain as far north as Columbia. It brings ice through Charlotte and then pushes the snow into Virginia, as we were just talking to Tim Buckley about. And, a lot of the messaging over the start of this week has been, well, it's either going to be this or it's going to, slide a little bit further south so that maybe Columbia gets a little bit more ice and Charlotte gets still ice, but the snow starts retreating from Virginia more in northern portions of North Carolina, or this other track where, the snow comes even further south. But in all 3 of these scenarios, a lot of North Carolina is getting all winter weather. Upstate South Carolina is getting all winter weather. But I think what I hear you saying tonight, Frank, is that the trend today on this Wednesday has been that this whole dividing line has moved a little bit further north.
Yeah, that's the way it looks, especially down here in South Carolina. Or at least in the Midlands and along the coast, the potential impacts, the ceiling anyway, has gotten a lot lower.